to you. We'll solve it inside the NFL Network newsroom. Well, Thursday night will mark 606 days since Patriots wide receiver Julian Edelman last played a game. It was not the last Super Bowl, but the year before against the Falcons. So, yeah, it's been a minute for Edelman. Edelman returning to a walkthrough practice Tuesday in Foxborough. It was actually his first practice in over a month. Edelman is an impactful player on the field, as we know, since 2013. The Pats are 46-9 with him in the lineup. But tight end Dwayne Allen is also quick to point out Edelman brings much more to the team than just his play on the field.
Yeah, one of the things that you guys don't get to experience as much is that comic relief, because things do get tense in this building if you guys aren't aware. And Julian's there to ease the tension, but also make plays on the playing field. So it's great to have another playmaker back out there.
Well, the Falcons and Steelers are in last place in their respective divisions. Who saw that coming before the season? Both teams will meet on Sunday. Now, Atlanta owner Arthur Blank didn't think his team would be in this position, and Blank admitting he's, quote, concerned by the team's 1-3 start, but is happy with the Falcons' 7th-ranked pass offense and believes the team has plenty of talent on defense to turn things around as well. Now, the Falcons out in the community this week at 11 locations around Atlanta for their annual hometown huddle. Every player on the team participating. One group of players visiting F.L. Stanton Elementary School, going classroom to classroom to surprise teachers to show their appreciation for all their hard work with the students and the community. Now, some of the players also made visits to the Humane Society, to the hospital, as well as to law enforcement, Atlanta PD to be exact. And again, Nate, it's worth noting that this is game week, and it's not just a few players that are doing this, or a handful of players one place and then another. No, it's all of them scattered about the community. So that's what's neat about it, especially during a game week, doing their best out there in the community.
You're right about that. Well said, Will. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And speaking of the community, on Sunday, the Browns host the divisional rival Ravens at First Energy Stadium. The city of Cleveland has had its recent challenges with income equality. East Cleveland ranks the 4th poorest area in the United States, according to a recent study done by 24/7 Wall Street. Income equality is routinely tied to criminal justice reform, a public cause that 2 Browns players, linebacker Christian Kirksey and tight end Seth DeValve, are committed to.
A protest calls attention to a matter, right? And that's great and that's important, because before you solve any problem, it has to be recognized. But once you call attention to it, then what has to happen? Then we got to figure out how we solve it. Criminal justice reform, it's an issue that we've gotten involved in, and I can assure you that ownership is committed to doing that.
Browns owner Jimmy Haslam challenged his players, and they responded, helping those who have served time behind bars find gainful employment across Cleveland. 2 players in particular have taken on the cause: linebacker Christian Kirksey and tight end Seth DeValve, veterans who have been among the team's most civically active players.
How important is it to actually meet and see these people in person? How important is it for you guys in trying to help to have this type of interpersonal contact?
I think it's important because you really get a chance to know someone. These people meet certain qualifications, but when you have a felon, it's like they have no chance. So it's like, okay, when you make a mistake, is that it? Is that the rest of, your life trying to get a job just because you had this one mistake?
When somebody like them makes a mistake and it goes on a legal record, it's there. And you can earn back trust, but there's still this thing on your record that's preventing employment.
On September 25th, Kirksey, DeValve, and several teammates met with Towards Employment, a Northeast Ohio organization committed to finding full-time work for those with felony records, to offer their support and learn more about the issue.
1 in 6 Ohioans, over 1.9 million people, has a felony or misdemeanor record. So once you get that stigma, no matter what you do right with your life going forward, it follows you. And there's just something that's not fair about that. This is a great pipeline. Don't ignore or close the door to folks who have criminal backgrounds.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. My name is Adam Smith. One of the good things about Towards Employment that I've recently learned, it's a good way to reform yourself. We all are here for second chances from the mistakes that we made in our past.
Best thing that I've learned from Towards Employment is how to overcome my felony. But I have to own that.
Facing adversity, finding a way forward. These are traits Kirksey and DeValve share with the men and women whose cause they are championing.
There's a lot of folks at the Cleveland Browns organization that want to help. We just want to encourage you guys to keep doing this work, because in many ways it's a model for a lot of other people across this state and across this country.
Amazing to see what Kirksey and what they're all doing really across the community. And obviously you can tell just looking at the B-roll guys that it's not a one-time thing. Nate, these guys are involved in that community.
These guys are tied into the communities. It's not just collecting a check, scoring touchdowns, and making plays. I love that.
Yeah, great job by Steve Weish as well. The Cleveland Browns' efforts towards this issue will continue throughout this season. We'll be back after this on Good Morning Football with our underappreciated storylines. There's something about this guy that's underappreciated. Timeout.
Oh, yeah. People think that what he does is easy, and I'm going to show just how difficult it is.
Who thinks what he does is easy?
We'll see, my friend.
Okay. Offhanded passing?
Why do I feel so dry?